The most unique, extraordinary, and strangest stadiums in the USA. We're back with our series on the strangest stadiums in the world, and this time, we're heading to the United States. A pirate ship behind the end zone and an arena that looks like a gigantic barn are just a few examples. We selected 17 stadiums across the United States that, thanks to their appearance, history, or unique features, rank among the strangest in the country. Here we go. StadiumDB.com presents Weirdest U.S. Stadiums. 17th place, Autzen Stadium, Eugene. Autzen Stadium looks a bit like someone dug a huge crater, dropped a football field inside it, and wrapped the edges with stands. And that is not far from the truth. The original bowl was designed within an artificial depression in the ground. Later expansions disrupted the stadium's symmetry, so one side now rises higher and heavier than the others, giving the whole bowl a slightly tilted and irregular appearance. 16th place, Kibbie Dome, Moscow. Kibbie Dome looks like a giant aircraft hangar or an indoor tennis hall dropped in the middle of a college campus. A huge barrel-shaped roof stretches over the field in one continuous arch from side to side. The whole structure is low, long, and heavily rounded. Even though you might expect to find a few tennis courts inside, this is actually a regular American football stadium. 15th place, AT&T Stadium, Arlington. The sheer scale of AT&T Stadium is impressive on its own. The stadium in Arlington resembles a gigantic spaceship that has landed on the outskirts of Dallas rather than a conventional sports venue. Two massive steel arches span the entire structure, with a retractable roof between them. At both ends, enormous glass walls can be opened, while a monumental video board hangs above the field, reinforcing the futuristic feel of the interior. 14th place, Nippert Stadium, Cincinnati. Nippert Stadium is literally squeezed between the buildings of the University of Cincinnati. On one side, the stands sit almost against the surrounding campus architecture, while on the other, more university buildings rise right beside the venue, leaving almost none of the open space. From above, it almost looks as if someone found the last empty rectangle on campus and decided to fit a football stadium into it. 13th place, US Bank Stadium, Minneapolis. Sharp lines, huge glass facades, and a roof sloping dramatically to one side make US Bank Stadium look a bit like a giant crystal split in half, or a futuristic ship docked in downtown Minneapolis. Its asymmetrical roof is the most distinctive feature, rising high on one side and dropping sharply on the other. Much of the roof lets natural light through, so despite being fully enclosed, the interior can still feel surprisingly open. 12th place, Superior Dome, Marquette. From a distance, Superior Dome could easily be mistaken for a giant observatory dome or a futuristic hangar. Beneath that massive shell, however, lies a structure supported by hundreds of wooden elements, which is unusual for a venue of this size. From the outside, it is hard to guess that there is a full-size American football field inside. 11th place, Lucas Oil Stadium, Indianapolis. Lucas Oil Stadium resembles a gigantic modern barn or industrial hall. Its brick facade, huge windows, and massive gabled roof look completely different from a typical modern stadium. The best part is that this barn-like roof can actually retract, while one of the enormous glass walls at the end of the stadium can also be opened. With its heavy masonry and oversized proportions, the whole building feels like a piece of industrial architecture than a conventional NFL venue. 10th place, Sun Bowl Stadium, El Paso. Here, the mountains are part of the stadium landscape. Sun Bowl Stadium is squeezed between the rocky slopes of the Franklin Mountains, but the stands themselves are just as unusual. They are very shallow and stretched out, making the entire bowl look extremely low. Bare desert rock rises immediately behind the stadium, and for years, some spectators even climbed the nearby slopes to watch events from above without entering the venue. 9th place, Michigan Stadium, Ann Arbor. More than 100,000 seats, yet from street level, the stadium does not look nearly as massive as you would expect. The reason is simple. A large part of Michigan Stadium is sunk into the ground, with the field sitting around 15 meters below grade. From above, the bowl resembles a giant crater or an impact mark in the earth, surrounded by an almost perfectly continuous ring of stands. If you enjoy discovering the world's most unusual stadiums with us, subscribe to the channel so you don't miss the next episodes in this series. Thanks. 8th place, JMA Wireless Dome, Syracuse. JMA Wireless Dome has one feature that is almost impossible to miss. A huge steel ring rises above the roof, making the whole building look like an arena wrapped in a giant crown. It is not decorative, though, but an important part of the roof structure. Beneath it sits a football stadium for more than 42,000 fans that can also be transformed into a massive basketball arena. 7th place, Ford Field, Detroit. In Detroit, they didn't demolish everything to make room for the stadium. Part of the old Hudson's warehouse was simply incorporated into the structure. The brick walls and industrial windows of the historic building now stand right next to the seating, making one side of Ford Field look like an old factory. The modern stadium rises directly out of Detroit's pre-war industrial architecture. 6th place, Albertsons Stadium, Boise. Here, the biggest surprise is waiting right on the field. Instead of green turf, Albertsons Stadium has an intensely blue playing surface, which from above almost looks like a giant swimming pool squeezed between the stands. Boise State has played on this color since 1986, and the blue has become one of the most recognizable fields in American sports. 5th place, Husky Stadium, Seattle. Husky Stadium is clearly asymmetrical and irregular. Two huge main stands dominate the field, while the ends are much more open and the massive roofs project far beyond the seating. The whole venue feels as if its different sections were designed almost independently. It also sits right on Lake Washington, so some fans actually arrive for games by boat and dock nearby. 4th place, Yale Bowl, New Haven. Here, the stadium practically grows out of the ground. Yale Bowl was built as a huge sunken basin. The center was excavated, and the removed earth was used to form the embankments supporting the stands. The result is strikingly raw. Instead of a monumental outer structure, you get one enormous oval depression with tens of thousands of seats built into its slopes. From above, it looks more like a giant earthen crater than a conventional stadium. 3rd place, Raymond James Stadium, Tampa. There is so much going on at Raymond James Stadium that at times it feels more like a fairground or an amusement park than an NFL stadium. Behind one of the end zones stands a full-size pirate ship, surrounded by palm trees, wooden walkways, and decorations styled like a pirate village, while cannons are fired from the ship during Buccaneers games. The whole area looks like a ready-made adventure movie set. 2nd place, Caesars Superdome, New Orleans. Caesars Superdome has a shape that is almost impossible to confuse with anything else. Rising above a low base is a huge, almost perfectly rounded dome, making the whole building resemble a giant egg or capsule placed in the middle of the city. From the outside, there is barely any sign of a conventional stadium structure, just one massive enclosed shell. Even more strikingly, this futuristic shape dates back to the 1970s. 1st place, Pier 40, New York City. Last but not least, a venue that almost breaks the definition of a stadium. Pier 40 sits on a huge pier extending into the Hudson River, with sports fields occupying both its central courtyard and parts of the roof. Around them are parking areas, a marina, and other recreational spaces, making the whole complex look like a floating sports district or a piece of the city built on the water rather than a conventional stadium. And that's our ranking. If aliens landed in the USA, which of these venues would confuse them the most? Let us know in the comments. We're off to work on more stadium content. See you in the next one.